I just really don't like that dude. You know?
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him.
Old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people on social media, I don't do that anymore.
I think I own right now somewhere upwards of 100 buildings or more, and in 99% of my buildings are in New York City.
I also want to say a cool thing I saw that you did.
Crawford didn't hold back, taking a sharp jab at Floyd Mayweather after reports surfaced that federal agents had seized $250 million from Mayweather's mansion. He uses what he's got to shield himself, Crawford remarked, hinting that Floyd hides behind his wealth and fame. The comment cut deep, calling out Mayweather's flashy lifestyle as little more than a fragile facade.
I just really don't like that dude. You know?
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his way.
Floyd Mayweather said he's done wasting time responding to haters online. That was the old Floyd, he remarked, reflecting on how he used to engage. Now undefeated and unbothered, Mayweather says he's focused on business and personal growth, having moved past the need to constantly defend himself on social media.
I found myself in the past, the younger Floyd Mayweather, going back and forth on the internet with different people. But I'm in a better place in my life right now. I couldn't ask to be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people on social media, I don't do that anymore. Because I'm truly, truly blessed, way beyond belief. What's important to me right now is my real estate, my family.
Floyd Mayweather has been grappling with major tax issues, owing over $22 million in unpaid taxes from 2015. The IRS responded by filing a federal tax lien against him. In an effort to delay payment, Mayweather appealed to the U.S. tax court, claiming that most of his assets were tied up and not easily liquidated. He requested more time to settle the debt. However, the IRS rejected his installment plan, arguing that he had ample assets to cover the amount owed.
And looks like he's filed a petition with the United States tax court saying that much of his money is tied up and cannot be easily converted into the cash that he needs to pay those taxes. And so for that reason, he's asking for a short-term installment agreement, and that's going to allow him more time to get the cash. Right, and according to the Law 360 report, here's a direct quote. Although the taxpayer has substantial assets, those assets are restricted and primarily illiquid. So the taxpayer has a significant liquidity event scheduled in about 60 days from which he intends.
Floyd Mayweather has publicly boasted about owning over 100 properties, including a major real estate acquisition in Manhattan. He claimed to have purchased 62 buildings in New York City outright, with no partners involved. However, reports have surfaced questioning the accuracy of those claims, suggesting that Mayweather's actual ownership stake may be far smaller than he implies, raising doubts about the true scale of his real estate empire.
I think I own right now somewhere upwards of 100 buildings or more, and in 99% of my buildings are in New York City.
I also want to say a cool thing I saw that you did. You donated millions of money and buildings to victims of the LA wildfire, and I saw that. That was a cool thing you did.
I feel like if you're in a position to give back, why not? We have a great team.
You're in a position to give back.
Yes. I have a strong team and a great team, and God has truly, truly blessed me to put me in a position, not just to be able to make a lot of money, but also give back. If not just my time, but also financially.
Do you ever get an itch to get back in the ring at all?
No, not at all. No.
Not even a little. Not even there. You don't see anything. I
sit on my couch. I can sit on my couch every week, and a wire come every week, millions every week. That's why I'm Floyd Money Mayweather every week.
I know. But you're so good at it.
Great at it.
Mayweather is renowned for flaunting his extravagant lifestyle, regularly showcasing his lavish mansions and a stunning fleet of luxury cars. His social media feeds are a window into his world of wealth, often featuring his sprawling garage lined with high-end vehicles, all reinforcing his image of opulence and excess.
Over here, I'll show you a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, you know, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys?
I haven't seen these?
No.
Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Terrence Crawford hasn't held back in his criticism of Mayweather, taking shots not just at his wealth but also at his boxing abilities. When asked who would win in a head-to-head fight, Crawford responded with confidence, declaring that he'd come out on top.
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
In response to Crawford's remarks, Mayweather remained composed, opting not to feed into the negativity and instead wishing Crawford well in his boxing career. However, tensions escalated when Crawford accused Mayweather of using intravenous injections ahead of his fight with Manny Pacquiao, an act considered illegal in the sport of boxing.
You guys can use IVs to rehydrate?
We can't use IVs either.
No? When did they change that?
I ain't never. They changed anything. I think that was legal because you didn't know when Floyd fought Pacquiao, that was a thing. That he was using IVs or something. But yeah, you can't use that stuff.
You can use the IV to mask performance-enhancing drugs. That's where they outlawed it.
Yeah.
Comparisons between Mayweather's legacy and Crawford's rising career have begun to surface, with some observers suggesting that Crawford is reaching milestones that Mayweather never achieved during his time in the ring.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing, except for Floyd fought a few times at 154. I'm not faulting Floyd for not fighting Triple G. I totally get it. I'm just saying that upper echelon, the reason why I will always have Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd is the crazy, the insane part of it. What Terrence Crawford is talking about doing, he ain't saying let me meet Canelo at a catchweight. Canelo's undisputed there. Let me go get him.
Triple H has taken aim at Floyd Mayweather, pointing out his age and ongoing controversies, and suggesting that he's no longer the fighter he once was. While Mayweather claims to have earned billions over his boxing career, critics, including Logan Paul, have challenged that narrative. Paul alleges that Mayweather still owes him millions from their 2021 exhibition match, citing unpaid portions of his guaranteed purse and pay-per-view earnings. Mayweather has brushed off the accusations, blaming the delays on the complexities of pay-per-view payouts. Meanwhile, employees at Mayweather Boxing Plus Fitness have protested over unpaid wages, further fueling skepticism about his financial practices and raising questions about his commitment to honoring financial responsibilities.
Floyd Mayweather has made over $1 billion throughout his entire career, but now he's being accused of being broke. This accusation comes from Logan Paul, who fought Floyd Mayweather 1 year ago, which was one of the biggest fights in all of history, selling over 1 million pay-per-view buys. But Floyd Mayweather was paid the majority of the money, but was reported he made $100 million off the fight. For Logan Paul, who handled all the marketing, it's not the same where he hasn't been paid one penny. That was because every single dollar made went through Floyd Mayweather's company. Logan Paul said despite them having a contract, he's owed $5 million by Floyd Mayweather that he's just not paying him. And Logan Paul, along with his brother Jake Paul, have bashed Floyd Mayweather, accusing him of being broke. Which Floyd Mayweather is undeniably a pretty bad guy, where he went to jail for 2 months for domestic battery. Floyd Mayweather has been accused of domestic abuse by over half a dozen women, including his ex-wife. And it was confirmed in court by his son when he was just 10 years old. But Floyd Mayweather took offense to being called broke and said he makes $300 million a month. Which is a complete joke because it would mean he has more cash coming in than Bill Gates. And Logan Paul said if Mayweather doesn't pay soon, he's taking him to court. But who knows, maybe Mayweather's money is just a show.
Floyd Mayweather is widely recognized as one of the most skilled boxers of his generation, but outside the ring, his reputation often draws more criticism than acclaim. Much of that stems from his famously arrogant persona, which has been publicly condemned by both fans and fellow boxing legends. Roy Jones Jr., a great in his own right, hasn't held back, openly stating that Mayweather is not the greatest of all time. For Jones, true greatness in boxing is defined by humility, respect, and a commitment to elevating the sport, not just by boasting an undefeated record or flaunting wealth.
Respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? No. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got the 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano. Right. So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So that's, and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? You feel me? So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0-0, and they let you do that?
Another heavyweight adding to the criticism of Mayweather is Deontay Wilder. While Wilder aspires to reach Mayweather's financial heights, he has expressed the belief that Floyd isn't supportive of others striving for similar success. Wilder accused Mayweather of being a jealous hater, someone who struggles to see other fighters rise in fame and wealth. When questioned about the constant scrutiny surrounding his finances and persona, Mayweather often responds by flaunting his wealth. In a now viral video, he questions why people care about what he has or doesn't have, before showcasing luxury watches and stacks of cash to prove his financial power. Rather than addressing the concerns with transparency or humility, Mayweather doubles down on his persona of excess.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my business worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane, I ain't gonna f with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, I take 30 watches with me. But you know what? What's crazy is this. If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. But then I say, if I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do for you motherfucking haters today? I'm gonna go fuck off $50,000 because I ain't got shit else to do. Money made, all motherfucking day.
In several interviews, Mayweather has implied that much of the criticism directed at him is fueled by jealousy. He argues that people struggle to accept a successful black man living life on his own terms. While there may be some validity to the idea of systemic envy and societal double standards, using this argument as a catch-all excuse often comes across as a deflection.
Some of the biggest artists, you wouldn't even know, because my name don't have to be on everything. I have to be the marquee. Yeah, because sometimes if you put your name on certain things, you got people that's gonna be jealous. So sometimes I don't got to have my name on it to collect the check.
So in the beginning, you know, I feel like people was rooting for me, wanted the best for me. And the more and more as I accomplished more and kept accomplishing things, then you start seeing like different things. Then you start saying, he's a wife beater, or he's not that smart, or you hear so many different things. And I just feel like, okay, you're entitled to believe whatever you want to believe.
Mayweather once disclosed that he had $123 million sitting in just one of his many bank accounts, a statement meant to highlight his wealth management skills. While this might seem impressive at first glance, it stands in stark contrast to reports of his unpaid taxes.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Which account? Which bank?
You have more than one account?
Absolutely.
I don't even have one account. Give me the amount of money you have in one of your accounts.
200 million, 300 million.
Dollars?
Yeah, in different accounts.
Yo, Mayweather's got a $20 million tax bill with the IRS. $20 million. That's insane, right? I mean, it really makes you question how responsible he actually is with his money. The guy's out there flaunting all his riches, talking about private jets, expensive watches, crazy cars, and yet, he's got this massive tax debt hanging over him. It's like, he's all about the show, but when it comes to actually handling his business? That's where it falls apart. It makes you think he's more into looking like a boss than actually being one.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Mayweather's living the high life, expensive cars, luxury homes, and shopping sprees that could make your head spin. But here's the catch, all that lavish spending hasn't exactly come without a price. Reports say that, despite dropping insane amounts of cash, he's skipped out on paying the taxes that come with it. This whole not paying what you owe thing has gotten him into some serious legal trouble, mounting debts, and now he's got this constant threat of federal scrutiny hanging over him. And to try and stay on top of financial trends, he jumped on the crypto bandwagon, calling it the new wave. He even promoted a bunch of crypto projects, positioning himself as this modern-day, savvy investor. But we all know, sometimes that stuff can backfire.
Cryptocurrency, I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, of course I started with boxing, but then of course, now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave, you know what? Be the best.
Now, Mayweather's dive into crypto wasn't exactly smooth sailing. The SEC came after him, charging him for not disclosing the payments he got for promoting those initial coin offerings. That's a big deal because it's not just a violation of federal law, it's a slap in the face to the people who trusted him. Instead of actually educating his fans about crypto and investments, it looks like he was more interested in cashing in on their curiosity. It's all about making a quick buck, and that doesn't sit well with a lot of people.
People executing these scams are like anon people hiding behind a Pepe avatar. And of course, there's a laundry list of famous influencers, Logan Paul, Kim Kardashian, David Dobrik, that have all endorsed these absolute shitcoin scam casino rugs that leaves their investors high and dry because they paid them a bunch of money up front and maybe they didn't know any better because it's such a nascent space. But I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist. Now, everybody knows Floyd's an opportunist. He's an entrepreneur. He likes to make money. He always has money, talks about money. That's his shtick. That's his persona. That's fine. You can make money. You can be a hustler. You can get paid a bunch to box, do whatever you want.
Mayweather's promotion of NFTs and other digital assets? Yeah, a lot of people see it as just another way for him to profit off his fans' trust. It doesn't really come across as him trying to teach or help people make smart investments. It's more like an extension of his flashy brand, just another hustle to cash in on the hype, rather than something with real thought behind it.
It's a pre-sale for Bulls on the Block owners, and it says to celebrate the partnership between Duarte and Floyd, we are having a first pre-sale for the community Roy has created. So obviously that means he created Bulls on the Block. I checked it, and sure enough, that's true. So that's super cool. Maybe his partnership with Floyd here will help boost Bulls on the Block even more. I know I talked about Bulls on the Block a month ago maybe. I'm not really sure how Bulls on the Block is doing nowadays. I haven't really checked on it in a while, but maybe this will boost their sales a little or give them a little bit more hype. Then on August 8th, there was a pre-sale for Discord members, which stinks. So there's already been 2 pre-sales, but I'm not sure how many of these guys were actually sold. But yeah, there's a Discord with this, so definitely be sure to go hop in that Discord because maybe Floyd Mayweather will hop in. So whether or not you actually own one, it's still cool. Maybe you'll get to see some interesting stuff in there. Like the Tom Brady one the other day.
Floyd Mayweather's made no secret of it, he cares more about making money than leaving a legacy. And honestly, that mindset's shaped pretty much his whole career. It's definitely made him a ton of cash, but it's also earned him a lot of hate. A lot of fans who actually care about the sport, the humility, and the respect it demands? Yeah, they've been turned off by his laser focus on just stacking paper. It's like he's all about the flash and the cash, but not so much about the heart of the game.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank, I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that, I'm gonna do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw his scenic route.
That's a wrap for today's video. Fight Zone is very good boxing channel. Subscribe and like this channel boxing real channel.